this week.
There's nothing like hunting black bears in coastal British Columbia.
Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Burris Optics and the family of Eliminator Laser Scopes, Corbon Ammunition, CVA, Bergara Custom Barrels and Rifles, Kershaw Knives, and the new DeLorme InReach.
If you follow my show, you saw last year's exciting episodes from coastal British Columbia, where I was fortunate enough to take the muzzleloader world record grizzly. And my client, Alvin Moore, shot an awesome black bear. But the footage you didn't get to see is my other client, Rich Winkler, and his hunt for a coastal black bear. So let's take a moment and get to know Rich Winkler.
Rich Winkler is the owner and operator of DirtWurx. His company travels all over North America with their heavy equipment, setting up motocross tracks. And their handiwork is seen on television during some of the biggest events each year. But when he's not traveling from race to race, Rich is in the woods, hunting.
I'd always wanted to hunt coastal black bears, so when Steve said he had an opening on the boat during his grizzly hunt, man, I jumped at the opportunity.
Steve and Rich are hunting with Bob Milligan and are aboard his boat, the Yukon Bear. And they're joined by veteran TV personality and professional hunter, Bill Phillips, as well as Steve's Outdoor Adventures client, Alvin Moore. Their journey started in Prince Rupert, where they left port and headed north into Bob's remote coastal hunting concession. And it didn't take long for the guys to start spotting bears.
We'd actually spotted several smaller bears on the way to the hunting area. And that first evening, as we anchored up in the bay, we spotted a big grizzly in the back. I was the only one hunting grizzlies, and within a few hours, my hunt was over.
It was really awesome to see Steve take this grizzly. We all watched the whole stalk from the bow with our binoculars, and this bear was a giant.
You know, the CVA muzzleloader, right there. And within a few days, Alvin filled his black bear tag. So that left Rich Winkler holding the last tag on the boat.
When we come back from the short commercial break, Rich's hunt gets off to a fast start.
Follow Steve's Outdoor Adventures on Facebook and Twitter and keep up with all the action, as well as find out about some great giveaways that we have throughout the year.
Caldwell's Dead Shot Field Pod. Bench rest accuracy when it matters most.
The Burris C4 Plus rifle scope gives you the ability to match elevation to your favorite rifle and to your favorite bullet. Finally, you can say goodbye to holdover. You can get a custom clicker that lets you dial in the distance to your target for a precise aiming point for your exact cartridge. The convenient wind map makes wind holdoff easy to calculate, so you can take that shot with absolute confidence. The Burris C4 Plus custom scope. Pinpoint accuracy is easier than ever. Visit us online at burrisoptics.com.
90% of the Earth's surface lacks cellular coverage. So, what happens if you get lost or injured? What if something critical happens at home and your loved ones need to reach you? InReach SE allows you to send and receive text messages to any cell number or email address. Track your trips so friends and family can follow along, or declare an SOS anywhere on Earth through the Iridium satellite network. So on your next adventure, stay safe, stay in touch, and stay in reach. Shoot and see. Reactive target. Shoot more. Shoot better.
My buddy Phil Phillips has hunted this area a lot. And while I was out with Alvin, Phil went with Bob and Rich to get a closer look at a bear that they had spotted from the boat.
Well, it's getting pretty close to dark. Another nice bear, but he's probably just at 6 feet. Got plenty of time left, so we're going to go ahead and slip back towards the boat. Bob's waiting back there for us, said we could come take a look, but he's pretty sure it was too small. He was right.
We can find a bigger one.
So many bears here. Let this one go.
Over the next few days, Phil and Rich stalk several more bears and pass up some great Bruins. And not just any bear will do. Rich is looking for a giant.
On this hunt, you're going to notice that Rich is using an older model lever-action rifle with a smaller scope, and he's shooting some lead-based bullets. As my client, I can't tell him what to use, but I can make recommendations. First, for coastal black bears, I like heavier than average rifle calibers, but with a 30 caliber minimum. And when you're hunting along saltwater, I really don't recommend bringing a blued rifle. You need a gun with a ceramic or nitride finish on the metal to resist rusting and corrosion. And I really recommend using 180 grain or larger bullets, and not just any bullets. We like quality bullets and ammunition. My personal choices are the Corbon TDPX ammunition, and they're all copper polymer tipped X bullets. And I like a scope that's big enough to collect light in the first hour and the final hour of every day. For this hunt, I chose my Bergara custom rifle chambered in .338 Winchester Magnum. And I topped it off with the Eliminator 3 laser scope and loaded it with Corbon's 225 grain TDPX ammunition. This was the perfect combination for huge coastal black bears.
With bears out on all of the shorelines, Bob decides to take the guys trolling for bears.
Fishing is one of the nice additions to an already world-class black bear hunt. And the fish don't get thrown back. Along with the prawns and the crab that we catch, They end up on the menu all week long. One of the things about hunting in British Columbia and Alaska and other wilderness areas where there's no cellular communication is just communication in general. There's a lack of it. Satellite phones often lose signal in the middle of a conversation because the satellites dip below the mountain ranges or other obstacles. And so we've decided to use the new inReach SE by DirtWurx. This allows me to send simple text messages and emails from the backcountry to the civilized world. I can coordinate pickups and drop-offs, resupplies. I can even stay in touch with home, let them know everything's okay, or make decisions at the office. Communication's key in today's world, and I can't think of a better way to do it. Once again, it's just another way that DirtWurx's inReach SE allows us to stay safe, stay in touch, and stay in reach.
When we come back from commercial break, Rich gets serious about filling his bear tag. This segment is sponsored by Lights Out Trail Camera by Wild Game Innovations.
Learning to shoot is a great activity for couples. Getting accurate feedback while practicing is even more fun. Use a shoot and see reactive target to build your confidence and your skills. Get better, faster. Shoot and see targets. Shoot more. Shoot better.
The Sportsman's Guide, the largest supplier of brand name hunting gear at closeout prices. At the Sportsman's Guide, you'll save on everything from boots and clothing to tree stands and accessories. The Sportsman's Guide, lowest prices, best quality, guaranteed.
If you want hard-hitting bullets with deep penetrating performance, look no further than Corbon. It's 100% copper and fast expanding, with near 100% weight retention every time.
I don't trust any other ammunition, and in my line of work, my life depends on quality ammo.
Corbon is the official ammunition of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. So next time you're in the field, load up with Corbon DPX ammunition and drop them dead in their tracks.
Breed holsters, leaders in holster concealment and comfort, handmade in the USA.
With Alvin tagged out and Phil and I ready to head back to the lodge to start our own black bear hunt, Bob took command and he did what every great guy does. He makes it happen.
With Steve and Phil back on the boat, Bob and Rich head to one of Bob's favorite glassing spots at an old light tower. And it isn't long before Bob spots a big bear across the bay. And the stock is on.
Take the pledge to be a responsible gun owner. I did. Once you spot a bear on the shorelines, as a guide, you have to assess the wind direction. Then take the boat downwind to the bear's location. Then when you relocate him, you usually come down the tree line. Unfortunately for Rich, This bear was in a bad spot with a bad wind direction, so they had to come at him directly, and that was across open shoreline with no cover.
It was like the longest wait you could ever imagine. We got in position, but then all I could see was the bear's back or the top of his head. For the most part, I couldn't see anything at all.
As the waiting game continues, Rich stays ready. Will he get a shot at this coastal Bruin? Find out after this short commercial break.
Hey, mister, are you stupid or something? Why are you washing the inside of your truck?
Because I can.
Marathon seat covers are an official sponsor of Steve's Outdoor Adventures. This segment was sponsored by Steiner Optics and the new Predator binoculars. Steve's Outdoor Adventures is sponsored by Burris Optics and the family of Eliminator laser scopes, Corbon Ammunition, CVA, Bergara Custom Barrels and Rifles, Kershaw Knives, and the new DeLorme InReach.
If you'd like to book your own guided big game hunting adventure, give my office a call. I will personally take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the hunting or fishing trip of a lifetime.
Before we went to commercial break, Rich and his guide Bob Milligan had spotted a big bear and had made their stalk to within easy rifle range. And we're waiting for the bear to pop out.
Phil and I could actually see the whole stalk and standoff through the spotting scope back at the boat, and we were eagerly waiting to hear the boom from across the bay.
The wind must have swirled a little bit, and maybe he caught our scent, but he came up out of there on a run, and Bob stopped him with a meow. All I had to do was take the shot. He meowed at him like a cat. I mean, who does that?
I hit him pretty good.
Yeah, no, he's down. He's going to go down.
Oh, that is a rush.
Right now, buddy.
Death mode.
There you go. Perfect.
Look at that. Whoa. Wow.
Beautiful, baby.
Thanks again, man.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for being patient.
Applause.
Yeah. He just come out of the den. This guy here, he hasn't been out maybe
Beautiful coat, huh?
a couple weeks, maybe. But real beautiful bear, lots of hair.
Yeah, I couldn't be happy about him. Got a little scar on his nose.
Yeah.
Just like me from earlier. Oh, how about that, man?
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Well, here he is. Got him down. We spotted him from the other side of the bay and came across on the boat, made a good stalk, got a lot closer than I thought was possible. One shot, put him down. He got off into the woods, but less than 20 yards. Pretty happy right now. What an awesome hunt. I would highly recommend this to anybody that wants a chance at big coastal black bears. Just call Steve, he'll handle everything.
Rich had taken a great bear, and he had probably seen over 20 to 30 different bears over the course of his hunt. And after we went back to the lodge, Phil and I took 2 more great black bears. This area is probably one of the best trophy black bear areas in North America. In fact, if you'd like to book this hunt for yourself, contact my office. I will personally take your calls, answer your questions, and help you book the hunting or fishing trip of a lifetime. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's show. But please remember to join us again next week when we bring you another exciting episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures.
This was just another great hunt for Steve and his clients, fulfilling his goal of sending them home with memories that will last a lifetime.